Hey, what's up guys? Gons here for the Face Like the Sun YouTube channel. I know I said I wouldn't be posting a lot of videos this week, but I had to do this one. Mike Adams, the founding editor of Natural News, just published this bombshell: China and America already at war. Tianjin explosion carried out by Pentagon space weapon in retaliation for yuan currency devaluation. Military helicopters now patrolling Beijing. And basically, he argues in this piece that Natural News learned that the Tianjin explosion was waged by a kinetic retaliation of the Pentagon. And he lays out his reasoning behind it. And of course, this has already killed 114 people. But the Chinese government has created a complete whitewash of what's going on there. They've pretty much declared martial law in the area, and they're trying to control the flow of information coming out of Tianjin. And some of the sections that he talks about in this article: a warning shot from the United States, don't crash the dollar or sell our debt. And it says here, Chinese descendants have told Natural News that they have reason to believe the attacks on Tianjin is a warning shot from the United States, which is terrified that China is on the verge of announcing its own gold-backed currency while declaring a fire sale on U.S. debt holdings. The actions could collapse the U.S. dollar and destroy the U.S. economy, sending the United States into economic freefall. The rod of God weapon deployed by the U.S. Pentagon, we're told, was America's shot across the bow to send a powerful warning message to China while disguising the attack as a domestic chemical explosion. And then he lays out the dates and times when the alleged attack went down. And then he gets into the secret space-based weapons. Now, isn't it interesting that we talked about this? I have the China explosion video that I posted on the 12th. And then on the 15th, I posted the secret space program confirmed video. And it was basically talking about how the mainstream news came out and said, oh, we might be on the verge of war with China and Russia. This is all pre-planned. There's always programming going on to the public. And I think this is pretty obvious here, guys. We have the China explosion. We have all the indicators before the explosion with the things I briefly mentioned in that video. And then the announcement that there are space weapons already out there, China, US, Russia, looking to have some sort of space war. And then this article comes out from Natural News pretty much confirming that they have insider information to suggest that this was actually a attack from the United States from space-based weapons, specifically the rods of God. Now, the rods of God are real. They've been talking about this for a very long time, for a couple decades. There's documents that are out there that talk about this. I've documented that in other places. Other people have documented it. I'll try to leave some links to some of those things in the description section. If you simply do a search for Project Thor, that was one of the Rods of God projects that were known to be out there. The Rods of God basically is this huge tungsten rod that shoots down into the earth and can cause huge explosions. Obviously, what we saw there was a pretty massive explosion. So again, go through the article, let us know what you think about it, but I feel a little bit vindicated here because there was a lot of people on that initial China video that pretty much said, oh, you crazy conspiracy theorists, it's nothing but a domestic problem in China, something went wrong, etc., when, again, all indications are that something else happened. And Natural News, is fairly credible. I mean, they're not, they're sort of conspiracy-minded or whatnot, but they are huge and they are more on the credible side in terms of independent news agencies out there. So check out the article. He actually links to several of the articles that are pertinent to his sources and citations and stuff. So check that out. Let me know what you think in the description section. God bless, guys.